Please pay attention. Remember, I can only send these messages once due to the glitches that happen with frequency fluctuations. So before we go any further, I need to remind you, when it comes to this time traveling, I can't really control what changes ahead of me or what changes behind me, yes? But all the risks are worth it. Here we are at transmission 002. Let's continue exploring who could you be if you were never interrupted. Of course, we have to start with one of my outfits, the kimono style suit. In the future, fashion will continue to not only be a decoration. It is a language. And I move through spaces, including here in your presence, where people sometimes decide who I am before I arrive or say anything. Does that ever happen to you? Anyways, in these situations, what I wear is an intentional choice, not to combat anyone, but to express and nurture my own expression, almost like expressing my own language. So for the Orbit collection, I asked myself, what is the most powerful thing you can wear when people have already decided who you are? For me, that is the kimono style suit. Why the kimono? We can get into more of the actual history in my newsletter. For now, the kimono you are familiar with is from Japanese culture. Depending on the design, it can represent the wearer's status, age, gender, and season, really acting as a complex and elegant social communication. Then, next enters the African kimono, a blend of traditional Japanese silhouettes, traditional African textiles like Adira and Ankara, and contemporary cultural fusion. I was inspired to combine the two in this design. And adding my creative license, a time-traveling ninja needs a suit that commands a room and dazzles an assignment. This is why I added the lapels on the collar and blended two brocade fabrics. The contrast in texture and movement provides an elegant and intergalactic effect. Here is the funny thing. Originally, with the design, I had my heart set on this particular brocade deep purple fabric I found at Makola Market. I felt it would work perfectly with the collection because it really reminded me of space and like nebulas where you have like stars and gas creating that purple effect. But, of course, by the time I needed the fabric to create this design, it was no longer available. So I had to find an alternative. I'm very, very grateful because the ladies at Makola were quite helpful to find that alternative for me. And that's where we found the fabric we use, which has this purple and gold effect, which is even cooler, ended up being even cooler because it actually gives this movement 3D effect as you're wearing it, almost looking like the fabric is moving with you, or the universe is moving with you, which even enhances the collection, I felt, even more. Then, for the embroidery and the second brocade fabric, I wanted the jacket and the pants to have this accent that moves through the both of them, so they complement each other to be worn together, but they can also be worn separately. Do you see how I be creating statement pieces for your wardrobe that you can mix and match? Exactly. I chose this black brocade fabric that has this embossed geometric pattern texture to it. I loved it, of course, because I liked how the pattern is kind of understated. Like the closer you get to it, the more it reveals itself. So it ends up making a simple pair of pants look like a work of art. And that is the point. The galaxy and geometry effect layer in a way that makes it look like the universe is traveling with you while you wear this outfit. So it's not a costume. It's like living art. This is what I feel African fashion is in the year 3026. It's not a decoration or a trend. It's more like social communication, wearable art, smart heirloom. Do you see where we're going with this? The Orbit collection is designed with this understanding. Every piece of this collection is a transmission, a message from the future made wearable in your present. Now, let me ask you, what is the most powerful thing you could wear in a room full of people who have already decided who you are? Everything I've shared with you in this video is only the surface of the classified files, maybe about the first page or two. The full transmission is in my newsletter. You have to join the transmission by subscribing so you don't miss the next classified file. So go check it out. I'll send you the next transmission soon.